Hey guys, Roadrunner here. So, didn't really want to make this video, but I felt like I needed to because the reality of the nation these days is, I'll put it this way: everybody wants to, as some people would say, virtue signal that they love law enforcement, and back the blue, and all this other bullshit. And this is coming from somebody who actually used to be like the biggest cop supporter in East Texas. Okay. And I'm still friends with some cops, okay? And when they found out what had happened, they were pissed. 2 days ago, on the 19th, we were up in, I don't know if I should even mention the town. Fuck it, I will. We were up in Mount Vernon. We were there for like 2 or 3 days. We just left yesterday. Not going to say what town we're in right now because I don't really feel comfortable with that. Mount Vernon has an abandoned gas station across the street from the Come and Go gas station. And I'll put it this way. I went across the street to go use the restroom. Just as I'm crossing, this cop, don't remember his name, is driving by in his own POV, personal vehicle, and he's going to the station to clock in. He sees me, I see him, and he looks pissed. Now, I understand that from what I could tell, and I'm not going to say who, but a certain person agreed with this when we were talking about it yesterday, that Mount Vernon has a homeless drug population problem or something. Come to find out, they're all literally in the backwoods behind the old abandoned gas station, the old Sinclair, whatever the hell they're calling it. I guess he thought I was one of them. And he came back like maybe 5 minutes later after I got out of the restroom, and I knew something was going to happen, and I was trying to hurry up and get the dogs and all their stuff out, and the dogs were tangled up. So I put my stuff, see, just like how we have it, there was an AC unit area, which is where we were, and there was a retainer wall on the other side to keep cars out. I put my stuff on the wall. Sorry, anyways, I put my stuff where he could see it. And if you know my dogs, as soon as somebody comes up in a vehicle or whatever, they start barking. And that's exactly what had happened. And as soon as he pulls up, they start barking, and he's yelling. I could tell he's already pissed. But he's yelling that we needed to leave and that we needed to get out of town. And I'm like, look, I'm already doing that. And I raised my voice because I couldn't get the dogs to shut up. You know, I do love y'all, by the way. But I couldn't get the dogs to shut up. And I assume he probably thinks I'm in a pissy mood, which I kind of was, because again, I couldn't get the dogs to be quiet, and I don't know what kind of mood this guy is actually in, but I could tell he was pissed. So he gets out, and he's like, well, do you have a license for them dogs? I'm like, no, I've never even heard, other than one other time from Eufaula, Oklahoma, I've never heard of needing a license for dogs, which I found out yesterday, because he came back later with somebody else, that they were talking about vaccinations, which Marmaduke and Crosstie have it, but Abby doesn't yet, for rabies. And so I told him no, and he is pissed, literally. He's like, well, they're mine now. And I started yelling at him. I said, you're not taking my fucking dogs. And I got right in the middle of him. He grabbed me right here on my shirt and my bandana, yelled at me again to get the hell out of town, basically pushed or threw, whichever one you want to call it, me down to the ground. To prove it, I have this right here, which is probably the worst. It still hurts. And then down here, I'm not going to lift my shirt up. And then the back of my head ended up hitting the concrete, and he told me I had 10 minutes. So, come to find out, because I had to get the sheriff's department involved, he was the only one on duty for the whole night. So, that was the reason why we couldn't get a hold of any of the supervisors. And then finally, one of the deputies got a hold of somebody who we talked with yesterday. And I'm not gonna give out the nature of the conversation or the details or whatever, but I'll put it this way: we're never going back to the Mount Vernon. I did nothing of threatening to him. I never said I was gonna do anything other than he's not taking my dogs. Um, just shit like that. It's, I never understood for the most part why a lot of people, especially travelers, did not like dealing with police. And now, honestly, I can understand it. I mean, I kind of had other experiences, but I always had in the back of my mind, okay, there's still good cops out there, which I do truly believe that there is. I really do. But I honestly don't trust law enforcement anymore. I really don't. I wouldn't say scared, but I get so nervous now, not knowing if I'm gonna go, like, walk into a store with the dogs tied up around the building and have the boys and Abby taken again, which has already happened twice. I don't trust law enforcement anymore. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm leaving. We were trying to get a job at McDonald's because I felt I had nothing else to do for a while, which was a stupid thing to put in my mind, but that's what I was thinking at the time. And like I said, we were trying to get a job at McDonald's, and then this shit happened. So yeah, um, I don't know if I'm going to continue taking any legal action against him. I don't know if his body cam was even on. He never checked for my ID. He didn't say that there was a call. I know there wasn't a call because, again, we both saw each other. I don't know if he thinks I'm somebody, because I was there 5 years ago and we never had a problem. And apparently he hasn't even been on the force for that long. So yeah, I don't know if I can trust law enforcement again. I do know that there's legitimately good cops who try to help people in their community as much as they can. I know there is. But I honestly feel like they are trumped over by these douchebags who has huge egos, who feel like they run the show in everybody else's life, and they don't. And for the most part, most of the time they're not accounted for. It's shit like that. That's one of the reasons why we're isolationists, to put it simple. I don't like being around people, cops or otherwise, because of this shit. you know eh, Everybody wants to dictate what we do, and they got problems with us being in their town. Even like I spent my last $100 in fucking Mount Vernon. I have no money right now, none, because I couldn't find anything for work related. So no, I'm never going back to that town. Fuck that town. Anyways, I'm gonna try to catch some more sleep. I'm just completely tired. Anyways, thanks.